what we want to talk about.
Yeah, what we talk about now.
What we want to talk about this time is it's the topic of the month. It's using clouds to make the Grojsman accord, invented by Sophia Grojsman, perfumer, who changed all the perfumery in the sort of 80s and 90s and made these supermassive fruity florals like Paris for Yves Saint Laurent and Trésor for Lancôme, which is the same company, by the way. They're both owned by Lancôme. And it's also known as the Hug Me Accord, so they say. And it's made of 4 materials. And these 4 materials would be used to make up 80% of the perfume. And then the other 20% would be all the other things that you use to make it individual.
Mm-hmm.
And this is known as a linear fragrance, because the idea is that it smells the same from start to finish, so it just goes along the one line.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't wobble off anywhere like the ones I tend to make, which, you might start on a beach in a rock pool and end up in an amusement arcade at the end of the day, for example.
Mm-hmm.
So these 4 materials, I don't know why, I dipped 4, I dipped 4.
You did 4.
Because of 2 for you and 2 for me.
Okay.
Okay, here's one.
So.
One of the key. And probably, one can adjust these things, but probably they're at equal proportions, so they represent 20% each of the in the perfume. So
25%.
Oh no, because there's still the 20% on top of the
right, yeah.
other stuff.
Okay,
so
yeah,
they're equal proportions. So they'd be 25% each of the accord, but 20% each of the whole perfume. So
it's very not really there, is it?
Very not really there. This is Isoe Super.
Oh, is that what we're smelling now?
That's what we're smelling now.
Oh, it's just one of the 4.
It's just one of the 4.
Right,
it is.
okay.
And as you say, not really there. So
Right.
I'll only dip 2 of the other things. So one of them, I'm probably going to recommend that we alter. This is hers, but probably everybody's got their own version, and that will be their imprint, footprint, signature of their perfume that they make. So this one is a musk. But I don't always use this one. Sometimes I use different ones which are the same but different. Again, not much there. But after a while, in fact, if you put it down and pick it up in a minute.
Hedione.
This one is Galaxolide.
I was going to say Galaxolide.
Oh,
for no reason other than I was guessing.
Because it's a musk.
Mm.
But
Oh,
yes, all right. But it is, and because at first, nothing. It's big. Those molecules go, of course they're tiny, but as molecules go, it's quite big, so it takes it a while to get off the stick. This is at 15% in ethanol, and yeah, as we were saying, this has been in ethanol for quite a long time, so that you don't smell the ethanol. First of all, you smell nothingness, and then you smell loveliness. So
it's really nice.
Yeah.
I just wish that it was more.
Yeah.
I always feel like this with musk. It's like, I just want that to hit me in the face a bit more.
Well, I am going to let you smell one which probably will.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
because that is lovely, that.
It is, isn't it? It's, we're going through the whole look at what accumulates and does it matter if it does, and the bioaccumulation thing. Here's number 3 in the Hug Accord.
Don't know what it is.
Well, it's methylione gamma. It's one of the slightly violety things.
Right, yeah.
I say slightly. It's quite violety.
Very violety.
Quite very, yes. Violety. And very lovely. This is actually the methylione gamma cœur. I just like saying cœur from whoever makes it. I need my Harrypedia in here to tell me. Yeah. And finally, in this accord, we have something you have already mentioned. This is the one that I can hardly smell. Also, I've got this at 15% because you can use a lot of it in a fragrance. So in order to make a smaller sample, I have it at a higher dilution.
What is it?
Hedione.
Oh, is it? Right. Yeah. It's a shame. I wish it smelled like Galaxolide.
Well, put it with the Galaxolide, and I don't know, you might not have them in order, and see what happens to Galaxolide.
Yeah, I don't know what's what. That was the unknown.
So what you could do is put them all together
Yeah.
and get a general idea of what it's like. And what you might say to yourself is...
Oh, it's like a hug.
You might say, that is correct. I wasn't going to say that. I was going to say, you might think, well, it's not that much there. It doesn't seem to be terrifically impactful or robust.
Well, neither is a hug.
Fair point.
Well, I suppose it depends who you're hugging, really. It can be quite impactful. But
by whom? Yes.
yeah, and also, you know...
I was just thinking bear hug.
It smells quite nice.
Hugs. You should have 20 a day, apparently.
20 hugs a day?
20 hugs a day. For
Wow.
Your mental health.
That's interesting. I wonder if it's possible to get a supplement from Holland and Barrett, because I'm definitely malnourished.
Well, Steph Singer took... You say that, you'll just have people queuing up after. But you know you're supposed to do this. An automatic, it's sort of like...
No, it does make you feel good.
It actually works, yes.
It does.
Steph Singer taught us all this in lockdown. You do... This is the...
That is lovely.
It is, isn't it?
Wow, I've not noticed that.
Yes. So, no, it's not something one often does, but yeah, it's actually feeds straight into the brain and convinces you that you're getting a hug.
That's really amazing. Yeah.
There you go.
That really works.
So 20 of them.
20 hugs a day.
Yeah. So, yes, since we're talking about...
Now, those free hug people that you see on the street. So that is quite a selfish act then.
Yeah, because they get a hug back again.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wonder if they feel better after a day doing that.
I guess it depends who... Because it's not... It's, you know, you've got to curate your huggers. You can't just... It's not just random.
Yeah. 20 hugs a day.
I know, who'd have thought?
I'm going to start keeping a tally chart.
That's a good idea. Right, so those four things make up the Grojsman Accord. And then what do you do with it? Then you put your other interesting blend. So if I was doing this, these would be my 4 clouds. So if I'm looking at the solar system, which, okay, that went out a couple of days ago on the SCENTHUSIASM Patreon, and that went down pretty well. There was some what's going on? Why isn't it triangular? But it was fine. But so those 4 things can be considered to be clouds. You can use quite a quantity of them, and they are materials with a low slope of psychophysical function. So you put a certain amount in, they have an effect. You put twice as much in, they have a little more effect. Arthur is just sitting there. He's
I'm listening.
He's like,
I'm listening.
He's off. I know, but he's basically getting a hug through his nose. Yes. Well, I can see why it's called that. You can explore with these things. You can put different materials in there. So, Isoe Super, depending on how biodegradable it actually turns out to be. Or, you know, what its sustainable sources might have to be replaced, might not, probably not. They'll probably find a way. But I might use a small amount of caramel wood instead, tiny amount, because it's more impactful. I mean, one of the big things in the future of sustainable perfume is going to be stop using 20% fragrance concentrate, start using more intense materials, and just use 5% but strong things. That's going to be, that's the future.
That's smart.
This is
Cool.
a
Ooh.
musk.
Is this the thing you were going to say?
That's the thing I promised you, which is a musk with a little bit. It still doesn't smack you in the face.
It doesn't.
But it comes at you a little bit more intent.
Yeah.
I've had 3 days in Yorkshire. I've come back down. I've converted again. I've gone back. So
Yeah, it's
So this is Velvione, a musk, much more expensive than Galaxolide, but also it's more present. Says a little bit more about itself. Galaxolide's a little bit more passive.
Mm-hmm.
This one come great. I'll give you a great big smackaroo. That's a kiss. If you happen to be brought up in Victorian Yorkshire.
Yeah, smackaroo.
Smackaroo, yes. I just,
Good, a big smackaroo, yeah.
yeah. All right, smackaroo, right on the lips. And something else that you can use
Mm-hmm.
is this one. So
These are nice. I mean, these are, these kind of materials. When as people go, you've done 4 again?
what is going on in my head? I'm seeing double.
Yeah, you're going cross-eyed. When people say what's the secret to the perfume industry,
I can do
what's the secret? I don't know. It feels like these are the secrets.
These are the secrets.
This is what does it. This is
Yes.
what sets apart, just mixing up essential oils that you go, oh, that's not a perfume. It just smells like you've just
Yes.
had an
Did you
explosion in the
make it
toiletry cupboard.
yourself?
Yeah, exactly.
Well done. This is more like, what, you made it yourself?
Yeah.
How did you do that then?
Yeah.
These are those materials that
Yeah.
will turn your blend of interesting things. So like when you read the notes list and think, oh yeah, I'm going to make it out of that. But you don't. But you say if you took the notes list and the materials actually existed,
Mm-hmm.
you could have that in your 20% on the top of your 4
Yeah.
clouds, your hug materials,
Yeah.
and that would smell like a perfume. I mean, there's slightly more to it,
Mm.
You know
What's
which
this
one
then?
this is?
No. Wait.
Bet you do. What's it remind you of?
Vanilla. It's vanillin.
Yes, it is. Yeah. I knew you would, because if you just wait long enough, it just goes ice cream into your head, doesn't it? It does that.
I think that I don't know why it is, but my all-time favourite mix of smells, it's a mix of smells that feels like home to me, but also very sexy, but also very familiar, but also very unique. Like everything. It ticks every box.
Yep, is
vanilla and coumarin.
I don't need to write that down.
But just those 2 things together,
Yeah.
as in something, that for me is the secret ingredient that makes me go, whoa. I don't know why that is. It feels like I've known it forever.
Marzipan?
No,
Okay.
I hated marzipan when I was growing up.
Not that then. Okay.
It took me a while to develop good taste.
I'm still not that fussed about marzipan, to be honest.
You know. Love
Okay.
almonds.
Here's something,
So.
which is... Well, this is a natural. This is an essential oil.
Oh yeah.
But I would quite happily use this as a cloud, as one part of a hug, a chord. They don't have to be hugs. They can be other physical experiences. And
Well, it's also hug works because it sort of hugs the main of the main bits.
but it could also, I mean, some of
It's
them
like
could be,
surrounds it. Isn't it?
I think there could be a piggyback accord.
Yeah,
You
that's
could just
nice.
lift people up, or a carrying accord.
Or a
but,
warm bath.
Oh, yes.
The bath. Like
Hey.
what? Put your ingredients into the bath. I'm smelling
Make
everything.
them happy.
essentially.
With all the things that make people happy. So this, shall I tell you what it is?
Yeah. Wait, it's It is.
Well, you're not smelling it. How do you know?
It's cedar. It's
Very
cedar.
close. You're
It's
very
Atlas.
close. It's amyris essential oil. It's the what's known as West Indian sandalwood. This one, or amyris, or whatever.
Yeah. That's not
It's
it.
very sandalwoody, but it's much less expensive.
Yeah.
But this, you can use quite a lot of that as well. If you're interested in making it more natural or more woody.
Yeah.
I mean, there are many other materials which can be used for one's own accord on which to sit other things. This is another essential oil. This is expensive.
Wait a minute. I'm not getting anything.
Well, that's because you just smelt the amyris, because this is Indian sandalwood. So what's just happened is your
Your
nose
nose is
is
turned up.
sort of full of sandalwood, and your brain's gone, yeah, that stuff, whatevs. But
rude.
You will, I know, particularly when I just gave you the Indian sandalwood.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
But then it's one of those things that takes a while to get out there and off the strip and in its own time. So, I've got a thing here, Almond Live Beta. This is actually magical mystery material.
Oh, right, is it?
Yeah. Because magical mystery material is three of these things. It's actually ethylene brassylate, the musk, isoe super, and hedione, equal parts. And I use that sometimes for if we're doing a 2-hour workshop, and I allow people to choose 4 things, unless they're nicely, that they really like, or just one. Then we put it with that.
And it creates a perfume.
Whoosh perfume, yeah. Partly because it helps people to keep within the safe limits of other things that they want to use. Partly because it does what you said, it just magic things, it gives them space, it lifts them up, and does that fairy dust that sprinkles it into a magical perfume. And then the Cedramber. I like to use Cedramber in quantities as a cloud, which is in the Sexy Essential palette now.
Yeah.
And that one. Yep, you can use bergamot in big quantities as well. Yeah, what you got?
Well, I'm just smelling
All of it.
or everything we've done at the same time.
That'd be quite nice. Just launch that.
It's sort of, yeah. It is remarkable.
Yeah.
It's more than a hug. It's a, it's a spoon.
If we put coumarin in this as well,
Yeah.
that'd be it. You'd be, all right, I'll get the coumarin, and then we'll see if we can create...
Get the coumarin.
Get the coumarin out. The ideal Arthur McBain perfect situation.
Perfect situation. Good name.
We'll call it that. So I'm thinking I'm using more romandolite these days. Does that smell...
What, over coumarin?
Actually, what I meant was, over coumarin I'm using bicyclone non-lactone.
Right.
Because it smells like coumarin, but it is all totally biodegradable. And coumarin should be.
I really like coumarin.
Yeah. So the thing about coumarin is it is toxic.
Oh.
I mean, not in this quantities, you know. As Christophe Lodgemil pointed out in a Zoom a couple of nights ago, Bruce Lee died from drinking too much water.
Oh, really? Is that
Yeah.
so?
Yeah. Everything's toxic. So,
Yeah.
the number of people like, oh, it's toxin free. Like, nope, nothing. Life is toxic. So, but this is, it's because it's a precursor to warfarin. I mean, it's very, very valuable. Drugs only work because they're toxic to something.
Yeah.
It's,
It's just, poison you in the right way.
It's science. Yes, exactly. But, one has to be careful about having it around. Because it's a blood thinner.
Coumarin?
Yeah. Yeah, that's
If you smell it?
No, not if you smell it, it's fine. No, only if you eat it. I mean, that's why we have to be careful around here, that we just, like, if somebody says, can I bring my child in with me? They'll behave. We're like, no, just sorry, no. No, you can't. You can't, because they might, but they might not. So.
Yeah.
Lovely shadows. But if I try to show you, you can't see, because... Have we found it then? Have we found Arthur's perfect space?
Yeah.
The perfect situation?
It's very nice. I mean, yeah. Just coumarin and vanilla, just whatever they go with, just so long as they're present.
And, because you don't have to add the top bit to any of these things. Isoe Super by itself is a fragrance. Ambrox by itself is a fragrance. These things have been launched just by themselves. So they work as a beautiful base. They feel, they just... Some people call them fillers, almost like they don't need to be there. That's not true. It's like pasta is there because it's wonderful, not just to fill the plate next to the sauce. It's there. It's essential as part of the meal. And these things, they create space, they create room, they make all other things smell better. I get very excited about it. But we could have a whole fragrance just made of these. You don't need to stick top notes anywhere on them. You don't need to worry about heart notes. You can just create a fragrance made of these, and I think it would be gorgeous.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're going to, this month's task is going to be create your own hug.
That's nice.